Y'all know what time it is. You're listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Wole, and I'm joined by my guys, George and Glen. What's good, fellas?
Nothing much, man. It's Thursday night, and another football's almost here on Sunday. I'm looking excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's football.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking forward to football. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not really.
I'm telling you why I'm looking forward to it. Hey, look, I'm looking forward to football because the Washington Commanders take on the New York Football Giants, and I think
you're so positive, my friend. You are such a positive person.
Hey, the Giants are a bad football team. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They're a bad football. Are we a bad football team? That's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, you got two bad football teams, but anyway.
I don't know. What's up, George? Hey, George, what's good, my guy?
I am, believe it or not, I'm looking forward not to that football. I'm looking forward to the Celebration Bowl on Saturday because South Carolina State's going to bring it back for the MEAC.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just on the phone with Ray. Ray believes that Prairie View is probably going to win. And I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm with.
No, it's just to me, South Carolina State's been working. They've been working and preparing for this game all year, and they're ready.
South Carolina State's been building up.
That coach is somebody who's up there. Yeah, that coach at South Carolina State is damn good.
I agree. Hey, Glenn, what did you say?
South Carolina State has been working up there. They've been building it up. They've been working that program. But the best HBCU player in football is Curtis Allen, Chris George grad anyway. But that's a whole different story.
There we go.
I love the shout outs, man. It. Hey, I love the shout outs. Hey, and before we dive into today's topic, we got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. You hit us up on X, IG, TikTok, at ABGE_everything, and also like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. We're also streaming live on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. All right, it's time for the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. We'll debate whether we think Jayden Daniels to sit out the rest of the season. All right, let's dive right into it. Jayden Daniels will be missing Sunday's game against the New York Giants. The game is in New York due to that same elbow injury, and we saw what happened in that Vikings game. We kind of aggravated a little bit. So I'm going to ask the question to the homies. Should the Commanders shut down Jayden Daniels for the rest of the season? I'm going to start with you, George. I'm interested to hear your opinion.
First, let me just say that this is the way this has been handled reminds me of the way things were handled when Dan Snyder was our owner. And that is the biggest problem I've got with all of this. Because it looks like that alignment that we saw in year one between ownership, front office, and coach is completely broken. Having said all that, I am so tired of people resting in 2012 saying, we can't get this quarterback. If he plays, he's going to get hurt. Fellas, we've tried it their way this past summer. Jayden Daniels played one series in the preseason, didn't throw one ball, and he got hurt anyway during the regular season. Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks are going to get hurt. It happens. But young quarterbacks need to play. They need to play. And if it takes Dan Quinn telling Cliff Kingsbury, because Paul brings up a good point, if it takes Dan Quinn telling Cliff Kingsbury to call different stuff so that Jayden Daniels isn't vulnerable, then whatever. But he needs to be out there and playing. I've said this, and I will repeat it for everybody again. The rest of this season is about getting ready for 2026. How can you not include your franchise quarterback playing in year 2? In that equation? You can't. He needs to be out there. I want him throwing the ball to McLaurin so he can reestablish that connection. I want him throwing the ball to Treylon Burks because I hope Treylon Burks is here next year. I want him throwing the ball to Ben Sinnott or Colson Yankoff or either of them because I hope one of them will show in the last 4 weeks that they can be a number 1 tight end here next year. I want him working with behind this offensive line, and I want this offensive line to protect him better. This being scared of, oh my God, he might get hurt. Folks, this is football. And this is why I'm so exercised about all this. Dan Quinn last week said to him from his own chicken lips, he could have gone back in the game, but things were off and we didn't want to put him back in there. If he could have gone back in the game last week, I don't see how it makes a lick of sense that he doesn't play this week. It is the Meadowlands, and that's the only thing I'll give to don't play him there, because that place has replaced FedEx as Injury Central. But seriously, folks, get out of 2012. We're not owned by Dan Snyder. We're not coached by Mike Shanahan. And FedEx isn't a crap hole like it was in 2012. He needs to get out there and play. And if he doesn't play the rest of the season, you are hampering his development.
Old man Lowe's 871. Appreciate the super chat. Said nope, and nope. He said he also said you don't sit your future, let him play to develop. So I guess he's agreeing with you, George. Glenn, your thoughts, bro? I have different thoughts from George, but go ahead, Glenn.
I got some different thoughts too, man. I got some pros and I got some cons. You gotta weigh the options. I gotta weigh the options here, right? Some of the pros here is some of the things that George said. You do want Jayden Daniels to start creating some cohesiveness again with your with Terry McLaurin, with the Tyler Burke, and those that may be coming back next year. Mm-hmm. You also want him to, again, your Yankoffs, your Ben Stinnets, because let's know, we found out this week that Zach Ertz not coming back. Well, if Zach Ertz comes back, it'll be late in November, December next year, right?
His career is over.
Yeah, his career. Let's say his career.
Not to be mean or anything, but it's the practicality of it is
right. Practicality. His career is done in Washington, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that money on your books anyway, so take that, right? So he's done. So now you get Jayden Daniels, who get to work with some of the young tight ends, right?
Yeah.
You need Jayden to improve on some things, as we mentioned last week on our show. Some of the things that even when he was in, the ball was coming out late, right? He was still hanging on to it too long, right? The biggest point is the one that George made. Don't tell me that he was able to come back into the game last week and you made a decision. To me, it sounds like the coaches are scared, not Jayden. The organization is scared, not Jayden. So now the organization is making the decision and it's not the player, right?
Yeah.
The player should be able to make the decision about his own health if he wants to play. And I know football is different from basketball, but you can't set Michael Jordan out when Michael Jordan had the flu or drunk, whatever you want to call it. All right? A lot of conspiracies. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. But George would go to New York and gamble in Atlantic City. Anyway,
that's funny. That's funny.
Allegedly. Let me put allegedly out there before I get sued.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Allegedly out there. But and what you need to do this for the rest of the season too, you got to shut the critics up about the durability of Jayden Daniels, because that's all we're going to hear all summer, right? Yeah. If he does not play again, you're going to hear about the durability of Jayden Daniels. You're going to hear about can Jayden Daniels survive in this league. Oh, Jayden Daniels need to put on some weight. Jayden Daniels need to get healthier. Jayden Daniels. So you need to kill the noise from that and allow Jayden to play these next 4 or 5 weeks. If he's able to play. Again, you told us that he was able to get back into the game, and Dan Quinn was scared. So that's some of the things there. I mean, I understand the team don't want the risk of him re-injuring himself, right? Mm-hmm. But can we be honest? He was re-injured. He re-injured his elbow, re-aggravated his elbow, not on the throwing. He was trying to block the.
No, he was trying to run down after the interception.
Yeah, he was trying to run down after the interception, right? So, Tenenbaum's kind of fair play, because the way that Louvu took out Jared Goff last year after the interception, so you gotta, you take it for what it's worth. I get it. There's nothing for Washington to play for, but there's something for them to play for. I mean, you still want to win the games, and you want the best guy out there. Not saying Marcus Mariota is not good, but Marcus is okay, all right. But I think Jayden, and so with all that being said, Jayden should play the next couple of games.
If healthy. If he's healthy.
If he's healthy, right. If he's healthy, he should play the next couple of games. But again, what is healthy, right? I mean, so what is healthy? Because healthy is subjective, right? 80%. If this team was in the playoff contention or had a chance to get the spot for the playoffs,
he'd be out there. He'd
be out there playing, right? And he could be 75% healthy. He would be playing. So whatever percentage he is now.
Yeah.
So since they think they have nothing to play for unless you're playing for a draft pick, which this team is not, because
they're playing for a draft pick. They're playing for a draft. They're getting a draft pick.
From not what I'm hearing though.
But don't worry. On their own merit, they're playing for a draft pick. Don't worry about
it. Sam Cosby came out this week on his own Instagram and Twitter, said this team is still. He's been here for when this team has turned on the coach, right? He said he's been here when the team has turned on the coach, and they said it hadn't turned on Dan Quinn yet. So this team is going to go out there and try to compete every week to win the football game.
You can try. I'm with you. They can try. They can try.
I mean, we all know the next couple ones are tough, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can try.
You got the Giants. You got the Giants once. You got the Eagles twice. You got the Cowboys.
Yeah, they can try. They can try. It's fine. So all great points, man. Like George. Great points, Glen. Awesome points, man. But I'm like, this is where I'm at with it. Just like it's not about you learn from your mistakes, in the past. It's not about some people are just snake bitten. There's certain things called some things called karma or certain things called like bad luck. This is a trend of this year there's been a trend, like it or not. There's been a trend. It hasn't. You could say it's football, and I agree with you. Like if you got hurt like once and then whatever, like I understand, but you've been hurt consistently. This has been a theme throughout this season, and then when a season and typically and I would tell folks to look it up for any quarterback situation when a guy has shown you a trend throughout a whole season, rookie or vet, been hurt throughout most of the season on numerous injuries, not even just one injury, numerous injuries. Typically, towards the end of the season, they're gonna be like, "No, let's not chance it." Typically, this isn't a dude that's been healthy, and then you're gonna say like, "Why put him out there?" No. This is the dude that's been hurt throughout the season. So to me, to me, even if he's healthy these last remaining games of the season, because Glenn, you're right, it's not gonna be real healthy though. That's the thing. Right. Like that elbow doesn't get healthy, won't get healthy till the offseason. We saw the injury. He came back quicker than what people thought. So, to me, you only got three more games left. I'm correct. 3 more games. How many games left? 4 or 3? I'm tripping.
4.
4 more games left. He's got 4 more. Are we counting the Giants game? Counting the Giants game?
Yeah, you got the Giants.
So he's gonna miss it. So he'll have 3 more games after the Giants game, right? Am I correct?
No, 4 more because you got the
4
Eagles.
more. Okay, sorry.
Eagles twice, and then you got
the Cowboys. Who else?
The Cowboys, and then
the Giants.
1 more. The Giants. No, you already played the Giants twice.
You already played the Giants. So who you got?
Oh, I thought counting to okay. No,
not counting the Giants. How many games they have left? Not counting the Giants. How many games they have left? 3. All right, that's what I'm saying. So basically, he'll have 3 games. So if he comes back, it'll be 3 games.
Right.
So do you want the way again the trend, the way his injuries are happening because they are happening. And that elbow is not healthy, and the way, and you get sacked, you're going to brace yourself regardless. I don't know why people you're going to brace yourself.
Yeah.
So you want to risk that elbow hitting down, being dislodged again because it is an injury. I mean, it's not going to get healthy anytime soon.
No, anytime soon. No.
It's not going to get healthy. It really isn't. I know we all saw this. I mean, if you watch that injury on TV, you know it's not one of them injuries that's going to get healthy this season. It's not. So if you're not playing for anything, why risk further hurting it? That's how I look at it. And then for what games? I agree with you to your point though, George. He does need the reps. I totally agree with you. But sometimes you just gotta risk. You gotta look at what's out there. What's worth the risk in this situation for him? What's worth the risk? Because also Paul says he doesn't have the staff to protect himself, but also a lot of it's on him. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I know what you're saying, Paul, but that Seattle play, that wasn't a design run when he got hurt. He chose to run out because that's how Jayden is. I said this in the preseason. I said this in the preseason game where he came out on that play, and instead of going outside, he ran in the teeth of the defense where he could have got blasted. That's just Jayden's mentality. If he's out there, he's going all in. Period. Like if you watch the Minnesota game, there was times he could have stayed in the pocket. He decided to leave the pocket and run. That's Jayden. That's not some of the plays he gets hurt in is Jayden escaping the pocket because he chooses to leave the pocket and he takes a hit.
And also he don't slide, man.
He doesn't slide properly. Like he just did. Some of the stuff isn't even in the pocket. You know what I mean? Like I agree with you. Like, yeah, like I would love Cliff to not have Jayden do the design runs. I agree with that. But the plays he's been getting, some of the plays he's getting hurt are Jayden plays. These are Jayden leaving the pocket and Jayden trying to make a play. Sometimes you got to protect the player from himself. That's what we learned in 2012. I know people want to we're a damaged fan base, but the coaching staff didn't protect 10 from himself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do got to step in and say, all right, homie. I don't trust your judgment too. Your judgment ain't good enough for me to keep you out there. Sometimes you do got to protect the player because to your point, Glenn, you mentioned Jordan and folks like that in basketball. You're right. Some people have the mentality like when I'm out there, I'm good, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. They're not worried about their competitor's not worried about his health. So like George's point, Jayden wants to be out there and playing. Like they're not worried about health. They're worried about making a play. I'm like if I'm out there like on a bad knee, I'm not worried about my knee is no. I'm thinking I'm the same me. Like I'm not bracing my knee. I'm thinking I'm the same me.
Yeah, he's going to give you buckets with a bad knee, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, or I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself when I get home. Like, dang, I'm hobbling around. But in the process, I'm not worried about that.
He's competitive. He's competitive. And when you're a competitor, right? You care. You put reckless abandonment, right? When you're a player, you want to win the game. I mean, whether your record is what it is, Jayden wants to win. And then you got to look at it, too, from the pride factor. He wants to prove people wrong because, let's be honest, last summer, prior to Jayden having the year he had, we all talked about the same thing, right?
Yeah.
About the durability of Jayden Daniels, right? Before the season, everybody like, can this dude stay in the NFL, stay healthy here? I don't think he's been 100% since he got hurt the first time. And this year. So I think every time he's gotten back, sometimes when you overcompensate for one thing, something else happens. Mm-hmm. And so he started overcompensating for the knee situation. Then the hamstring happened, or the thigh I can't remember, hamstring or thigh happened. And then now the arm happened. And now you got everybody else is worried about Jayden. And Jayden is like, let me be me. Right?
Yeah.
Jayden is like, let me be me. Right? One thing I do like about this is his mom ain't saying nothing. His camp ain't saying nothing. I like the fact that his camp is not doing the RG3 route where everybody's talking. They're quiet.
Yep.
And they're keeping it quiet. If they say something is internal. And I think that's the thing that is a perfect there. If that's the case, I thought about this, then if he doesn't play for the rest of the year, we seen Jayden, in my opinion, right?
Uh-huh.
You seen Jayden and Cliff for the last time last week.
I think so too. I agree with that. I want to read this what Todd said. I think it's a good point. What Todd says right now, Jayden is that basketball player that I don't trust playing with fouls. He is sped up right now. He can't protect himself like that kid that can't play with fouls. I like that. I love that.
I like that.
That's a great analogy.
Roy right here said trade. Like I think Roy's being sarcastic. Trade him to Minnesota and KOC gets a Super Bowl. So no one tried to trade Jayden. I'm just saying, like Roy. I'm just saying, like just you got to protect the player from himself. Just take this. No, Roy does. Hey, no, we ain't showing that. We ain't showing that.
Oh,
the guy told me.
He doesn't ever want to show us that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My bad.
But I agree. But I will say this though. I get both sides of it. I'm just in favor of I'm all about when I'm talking about like wrestling. It's the trends. That's all. Like it's the trends. It's not like it's always an injury. It's another injury. It's like I got a knee injury. Now I got the elbow injury. It's like a trend. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't once it starts to get trendy with his type of injury. Now you're like, all right, you know what? Your body, you're overcompensating on one end. They're like, you're trying to do a lot. let me kind of let you chill and get you ready for next year. And then we can have to argue about, we can definitely debate about how much he needs to get, how much work he needs to get in the offseason. And that's including preseason and whatnot. But George, you wanted to say something.
And I agree. I understand what Paul and Taj are talking about this coaching staff, because they're absolutely right. This coaching staff hasn't done what they were supposed to protect Jayden Daniels. You know, the best way to protect a quarterback, turn around and hand the damn ball off. And honestly, that is not happening enough. And that's why there's got to be wholesale change. Even if DQ stays, there's got to be wholesale change of these coordinators. Because, yes, Jayden has not played sensibly. Running after that guy on the pick is a great move by a competitor. And it's hustling. And anybody else, we would love it. But we don't love it in the quarterback. You know, the play in Seattle where he got hurt, get the hell out of bounds, dude. No, he doesn't do it. He's got to be smart.
In a game, you're getting blown out. In a game, you're getting blown out. In a game, you're getting blown out.
But so let me play the advocate.
But this coaching staff has not helped him. No. And that is and I put the blame on them.
But that play though. So but see, this is my point. This is my thing though. You leave him. The only time you can get all right, if you're gonna say that, then they should have just took him out the Seattle game, because they should just took him out. But then again, that's what it goes to your point, George, that you want him to get reps. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to,
I mean but that's a game he played the whole game. You could argue taking him out. I didn't think it was a terrible thing for him to be in there at the time. Again, I just want this coaching staff to help him by handing the ball off to the running backs, and maybe look. Let's call these. Let's have a little more of these, slants, these 1, 2, 3, throw the balls kind of plays, because it seems like Cliff just doesn't want to call those this year, unless it's these damn screens that everybody sits on anyway.
I hate the screens. Go ahead, Glenn. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you good. But here's the question, George. If Jayden doesn't run after the guy who intercepts the ball, if Jayden does don't run out of bounds, or does run out of bounds, is he being questioned? Is he being questioned about his effort and his heart? Because here, you got to think about this. Jayden is a leader. If you listen to him, he's a leader of the locker room. He's a leader of men. So he's going to be competitive. I freaking threw the interception. So let me go make the tackle, right? I threw the interception. Let me make the tackle. Hey, I haven't gotten to the end zone. Let me get into the end zone here. All right. So again, when you have a competitor and you have a leader, that's what he's going to do. So here, my question for you guys and my question for the chat is this, right? If Washington sets him out this week, but he plays against the Philadelphia Eagles,
I agree with that.
Right? What conversation are we having? Right? Are we having a conversation? Because no one said they shut him down for the season. That's not that is not the narrative that the Washington Commanders are putting out there. They just said he's not playing this week.
Washington's not. We're just putting it out there. Washington's not.
Yeah. I know. But no, doesn't mean they're not thinking that. Trust me. That does not mean they're not thinking it. They're taking it week by week basis. Right?
I agree.
They're taking it week by week basis. And the Philadelphia Eagles are right now on a downward slope. Let's be honest. Right?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely.
So if Washington think they have a chance to win with Jayden next week in Philly, I think we see Jayden Daniels. Right? If Marcus have a blowout, if Marcus come out and be a world beater this week, right? Then we may see Marcus Mariota. So they're playing it by ear. I think Jayden, we'll find out who has the final say, who has the kahunas in the Washington Commanders organization next week, right? Is it Jayden Daniels because he really wants to play and he's healthier? Is it Dan Quinn or is it Adam Peters? We'll see who has the sack, right? Who's in charge? Because Jayden wants to play. He said it. He's been saying it the whole time. I want to play. If I'm healthy enough to play, let me play. And as an organization, in my opinion, is the ones that shutting them down and not Jayden.
My man Rory, man, you on fire. I see you, my guy. I'll say this is what I will say. Like, I do, but this is my belief. It could be wrong, and I don't care. I believe that Jayden forced his way to play against Minnesota. Personally, that's where I stand. I think he forced his way to play against Minnesota. I felt like that injury was a little too fast for him to come back.
Right.
And so that's my belief. I believe that he kind of was like, I'm playing, and when Jayden, your franchise quarterback, says he's playing, and he's gotten kind of all the bells and whistles and whatever to play, then they were like, all right, cool. I think the play in Minnesota where he tried to trace him down, I think he's in the same set. I believe that he's in the same situation that he was in prior to the Minnesota game. To be honest with you, I think he's in the same level of health. I believe when they saw that play and what him putting his body at risk on himself after the interception, they were like, "You can't be trusted. We're gonna have you not play this game."
Now,
That is my belief.
I get that point. I get the point right there.
That is my belief. I do think the Giants game, I don't think it doesn't matter what Mariota does, good or bad. I will say this much because to George's point, I believe that if they're going to, it's not about wins to me anymore. I do think to a point because Jayden has struggled this season. I mean, there's a slight regression. We all can't deny it. There is a point. I think the Giants, if Jayden doesn't play against after the Giants, he doesn't play against the Eagles. The Eagles after the Giants, I believe. It's the Eagles after the Giants, right?
It's Eagles after the Giants.
All right. If he doesn't play in that game, then Jayden probably won't even play anymore.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Next Saturday.
I don't think they made that decision. But if they feel like Jayden mentally, like he gets it, not forget the physical, mentally, they feel like they believe that they trust him to not put himself in danger within this offense. Then I believe that Jayden plays the last 3 games of the season.
Wole, you said something interesting there that you felt like they pulled him from the Minnesota game because they didn't trust him to get hurt, to not get himself in trouble and maybe get hurt. Wouldn't it have been better to say that?
You can't say it though. It's a bad player. You can't say that. You can't say you don't trust a player.
Saying that, things were off, we don't put him in. I thought that was terrible from
but you won't. You don't want to throw a player under the bus. You don't say a player.
Well, you want to say, look, we felt for his own. Then why not say we took him out of the game because we were worried about his safety, which is just nebulous enough.
Yeah, but you're not saying. But they're gonna say we're about his safety.
Him from himself.
Say if it was all because the play was because that play was on him. It's going to be. It's a message to him to say that we don't trust you. We don't trust you, and you don't want that. You know what I mean? You just don't want that.
Okay, I just
some players are sensitive. You don't want that. Like you don't want. Then you're gonna have media. True. You're gonna have George. You know this local media. They hear that. What do you think they're gonna say?
Oh God, Jesus.
Come on now, like
some of the stuff they're saying already.
Yeah, they're going to say, oh. They don't trust Jayden to take care of himself. Mm-hmm. No, don't. There's no need to even put that out there. I'd rather you look stupid than put anything terrible on Jayden Daniels.
Okay.
I'd rather you look. I'm cool with Dan Quinn seeming like he don't know what he's talking about, rather than people start to look at Jayden Daniels a certain way.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. I'll take that. I'll take that optic over anything. The way this fan base, the way this market can be, how they turn on certain players. I'll take that. Because slowly but surely, some folks are already trying to turn on Jayden.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, absolutely. The usual suspects.
Yeah. So,
but they try to turn on for the simple fact man. It goes back to the narrative that people forget. The narrative. The narrative last summer was that Jayden Daniels go ahead and draft Bo Nix because he's bigger, right? Yeah. Draft. What's my man? Drake May. Because he's prolonged, he's healthier than Jayden. Jayden is too small. Jayden needs. Let's be honest, that was the narrative. Don't run Jayden too much. And so now people who said that 2 years ago is making them sound like they were Nostradamus, and they're right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, Jayden is injury prone. Jayden can't get healthy. So again, it is the question is it on Jayden Daniels, or is it on the organization for rushing him back? Because look. Brock Purdy got hurt, right?
Yeah,
it's in San Francisco. Shoot, they ain't rush him back, and he's coming back. He's finally coming back. But again,
yeah, because they had to do winning games. They weren't sure they weren't having back.
Right.
That's keep that a being.
Exactly.
Like I know how Kyle was thinking. Kyle was like, other quarterback be winning.
but here's the point.
Matt Jonesy winning. That's what Kyle was saying.
But here it is. They have a defense that's helping them win too. If you watch San Francisco games.
Of course.
So if Washington had a defense that was helping them win games, Marcus Mariota, and they was winning football games, Jayden Daniels wouldn't have been rushed back, right?
I mean, this defense.
If we had a Robert Saleh's defensive coordinator,
I mean, like, come on,
instead of Dan Quinn's good buddy.
I mean,
right,
come on,
but I'm just saying.
Talking about this defense.
But look at Cincinnati with Joe Burrows, right? I mean, they could have easily.
They stupid too. But they trying to get to they still their division kind of like they got a chance though.
If they'd have won against the Bills last week, they would
have had a good chance. Yeah, like
yes, they would have.
They brought him back because
he almost saved. You did see that Burrow went totally emo in that press conference. Like, man, I don't know if I want to keep playing if I'm not having any fun. Oh God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he's also the same person who said, if I'm healthy, I want to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's true.
You can't have it both ways, Joe. You know,
that's right. No, you're absolutely right about that.
You can't have it both ways. So again, we look as a media, we look at what people say, and he said it. You know, so again, you have teams who have quarterbacks who are injured, and it's like there's 6 in one hand and you know 6 in one half and half a dozen in the other. But you know, it's up to the coaching staff, it's up to the players. You can't play scared in this league, but you also want to look at what's the long term? When I'm looking at this for the Washington Commanders, what is the long term game? The long game for you guys. What is the best play long term? Right? Wole, you mentioned it's 3 games left. Do you jeopardize the franchise? Because we call them the franchise quarterback, right? He's your franchise quarterback. Do you jeopardize the health of your franchise quarterback for 3 meaningless games? And they are meaningless games. I don't care what anybody else says.
I mean,
these are meaningless games. Do you jeopardize your franchise quarterback for 3 meaningless games?
I mean, that's a good question. I feel like it depends on what, because I see both sides of it. I'm not gonna act like. I mean, personally, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm also on the side of forget it. I want a good draft pick. I'm also tainted. You know what I mean? Like
he's in the Reuben Dane Bowl.
I'm in Bain. I'm with Downs. There's so many like studs, man. Like,
Arvell Reese.
Yeah,
linebacker,
Reese,
baby. You need a linebacker.
Look, man. No, I'm forever. Look, I want the best defensive player. But that's a whole different discussion. We can do that during draft time.
Yeah. It's a whole different.
Yes.
But so I mean, if Jayden's out there, I'm not going to be mad. You know what I mean? If Jayden's out there, my whole thought process is I want Jayden to take it on. Like, this is how I think Jayden needs to view. If he does go back out there, he needs to view personally, like, because this is not. I mean, I'm with Paul. Like, I blame Cliff for a lot. I blame Cliff for putting Jayden in positions where he should just run the football rather than throwing the ball at times. But this is what I will say for Jayden, because I do think some of this is on Jayden, and I think. And if you're not on Jayden in terms of not on Jayden, because that's not negative. That's a negative way of saying it. I don't want to make it sound like that. There is an opportunity for Jayden to learn in the process. So what George is talking about, to improve his craft even more. There's an opportunity in these 3 games because you're going to be playing against one of the best defenses in the NFL, in the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's an education that you cannot. That's good for you regardless. That's a good that is a good schooling for you, period. The Eagles, regardless of the struggles they have on offense, that defense is a defense where you can learn a lot about yourself. We all can agree on that, right? Like we got that defense. All right. So if Jayden is willing to say, you know what, screw it, I'm in the pocket and I'm throwing it and I'm going 1, 2, 3, let it go. I got to trust my eyes. I can't hesitate. That's good for Jayden. That's something that Jayden can use. If I throw an interception, F it. I don't care. Like that's a game where you got to test what you can do on the football field, throwing the football. Like if I was Jayden, I would use it as practice. To be real with you, I know it sounds funny and silly, but I would use it as practice in terms of to improve my game. In terms of some of the negatives I have in my game as a quarterback, right? Folks would say I hold the football. Well, all right, now I'm gonna get the ball out quick. I would use those games. That's where I would be in favor of him playing. Like I would use those games as true practice in terms of how I want to move. I want to get better as a quarterback in the NFL, throwing the football. You know what I mean? We know he's dynamic as a football player, period, right? We know he's dynamic. We know he's accurate when he wants to let that ball go. But in terms of timing, trusting your eyes, throwing people open often, that is something, if I'm Jayden, I'm working on in those games. I don't care if I got the lane to run the football. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let it go. For interceptions don't even have to matter. Like, for real. That shouldn't even be a thing for everybody. Like I could tell that Jayden, like, one, because I actually saw somebody stream and I totally agree. Another individual, I forgot his name. It's bleeding. I want to say bleeding
BNG.
All right, so he said something interesting. I'm give him a shout out. He said something interesting. I totally agree with him. He said that sometimes like Jayden will run out of bounds. He would run the sidelines instead of throwing the ball away. He would like just run out of bounds because he knew he didn't want to ruin his completion percentage. Like that's why sometimes he holds the football because he's like he doesn't want to ruin his. And I agree. That's a thing for a lot of people. I get it. Like there's a thing for a lot. That's a thing for a lot of people. No knock on it.
Right.
But I want to see Jayden like just literally plays like that. Like start making plays. Like do certain things that you correct some of the stuff that are your errors. No one's perfect. So when I say this is not shade or anybody. No one's perfect. When you're a young quarterback, it's good to put yourself out there and learn from situations, right? It's good to do that. So if I'm Jayden, if Cliff calls a play to a passing play, I'm not leaving the pocket. If I'm moving, if I'm scrambling within the pocket, a little bit out of the pocket, but my head is always downfield to let that thing rip. You know what I mean? So that's where I would be like, if I'm gonna play those games, if I'm Jayden Daniels, I'm gonna play those games. That's what I want to see. If Jayden still goes into those games and still does I'm running and trying to be explosive, and I don't need that because I know what that is. I know that about Jayden.
Right.
We know that. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to see you now more. We want to see the accuracy part back in your game, like we saw in 2024. Like that's what we want to see. We want to see, like I say this all the time. Like that second half of the season, Jayden, like throwing people open, like anticipating throws. That's the Jayden that I know that's out there. Like I want to see, like that would be the goal in 2025 for him to, dissect defenses that way. But I would want in these 3 remaining games, if he plays after this Giants game, that's what I want to see out of Jayden Daniels.
I need the consistency.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
I need the consistency. I need the for if he plays the next 3 games, the consistency. You almost got to treat him like the Pittsburgh Steelers are treating Aaron Rodgers, where you don't see Aaron Rodgers doing anything to get himself injured, right? If you ever watched the Pittsburgh game this year, Aaron Rodgers is staying in the pocket. He'll throw the ball away. He's not going to take unnecessary hits. And we know Aaron Rodgers used to run back today, but as he got older, he's taking care of himself. And I think Jayden needs to learn how to take care of himself. And I want to say I'm gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna have to trust your teammates, and you can't do it all by you. You're not Superman. You can't put the cape on and do it all by yourself.
Yeah,
and that's what he's been trying to do. He's been trying to do it all by. Jayden has been trying to do it all by himself. Trust your teammates. Throw the ball downfield. Get out of bounds. Live to see another day. Okay, Aaron Rodgers not the case. Old man Pat, the old Peyton Manning, when he was for the Denver Broncos the year they won the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning got rid of the ball quick. He didn't do anything. Yeah. He didn't do anything to get himself hurt. Peyton Manning, and he was in harm's way. Peyton Manning couldn't run. He couldn't
throw the ball 15 yards down the field, basically.
Right.
He was smart. My man was smart, though.
Right. He was smart. Genius. So you learn how to play that way until you get yourself a rep. And there's ways that you can do it. But you got to be willing to do it. But it starts with this, George, because one thing about that Denver Broncos team, they knew how to run the football.
Well, and they had defense. But here's, again, this is where I go back to that. You go back to Minnesota. You know what would have helped Jayden Daniels out the most? If we'd have run the damn ball on the goal line, got a touchdown, it was 7-7. And we wouldn't have put Jayden in a position where he thinks he's got to do everything. And we're calling all these pass plays. We're not running because we're 14-0 down. And because the defense doesn't give up a 12-minute drive. You call these games meaningless, Glenn. And from the perspective of the standings, you're not wrong. But it triggered me. Because I heard the same thing about, it didn't matter that we didn't play the starters in the preseason because those are meaningless and the starters can get hurt. We are preparing for next year. That starts now. Is it meaningless if you're Colson Yankoff, if you're Ben Sinnott, if you're Ali Cahill or Kane Madrano or Jordan McGee or Brandon Coleman if they get him back out there, or Josh Connerly? You've got to play these players so that they can get better, so that they can make mistakes and learn from them and get better, whether Cliff is here or not. Whether Dan's the play caller next year or not, whatever it is or not. And that includes Jayden Daniels. And it's like, that was the same argument for what we got in the preseason this year that I think we all agree was wrong.
But I think it's a little
bad
different
for everybody.
I think it's a little different. I think it's a little different from this element, right? This is why it's different, right? Because in the preseason, that's where you are supposed to get your practice and run time. Like that is different. Like,
I understand that.
And I feel like the regular season game is it's uberly different. Like because I agree with you, George. You know, I agree with your point about he should have played way more in the preseason. I do think it's a little different because the preseason is more of a controlled environment. What I mean by that is like they're a little bit more cautious. Like I mentioned, I mean
you're gonna play a quarter or two drives,
and
whatever,
also
and
to be real with you,
yes.
even the players in preseason are more cautious of how they hit you compared to regular season. A lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them
That's
are.
true.
You saw the play. Look, the play that Jayden scored a touchdown. That dude could have blasted Jayden.
That's
and he could have blasted Jayden.
Yes. And he did.
Yeah, he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, so it's more cautious. Like but to your point, though, I agree with you that like I don't think again, it's how you want to attack a game, though. That's what I'm saying. They're meaningless in terms of like the overall season. So Glen is right there. But in terms of like how you attack that game, that's what it matters. Like, and it's got to be. To me, it's got to be one coach wise, and it's got to be player intent. Like you got to go into the game. Like go into a game and say, I want to make sure I execute this. So to your point, George, so it can lean into next season. So I want to make sure in these 3 games, I execute this to make sure I get better at this. So when next season, I'm going to I can carry it over. But if you're going into that game just thinking, okay, I'm going to be same old me, that's not really using those games to the way you need to use those games. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to have a plan for those 3 games. It just can't be, well, we're going to do whatever it takes to win. Like for me as a quarterback, I mean, if he was a quarterback, I'm not for Jayden's growth. I don't want, and this is factual. I don't need you just handing the ball off. Like I wanted that to win games. I don't need you handing the ball off all the time because what does that do for you as a passing quarterback, as a throwing quarterback?
No,
we know you got legs.
Fair, but...
You know, I know you got legs, but what does that do for you in the passing game? How does that make you better?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're talking about in the totality of a season to get the best play throughout the whole season, I agree with you, George. But these 3 games now should be like, this is how we need you. Like, we need to get you to be better. Because the truth be told, that's what Kevin O'Connell did for Dwayne Haskins.
Yes, he did.
Towards.
You got Haskins' 2 best games too.
Rest in peace. It wasn't. He didn't baby him after. Like it was a handoff a lot. It was handoffs a lot to a certain part of the season. In the season, he started throwing it. So we got to see what you can do in them games. That Eagles game when they took him out, that game he was throwing the ball before he got hurt, and he had a great first half. They you know what I mean? But he was throwing the ball. They built that up to that situation. So I'm saying how you use those games is very important. It's not it's not about the competition element. I know it sounds funny, like it's not about trying to win the game, or it's about how do I progress you through these sets of games to make you better off than you were, say, 3 weeks ago or whatnot. That's how I look at it. It's how you tackle it. If you don't tackle it the right way, then it doesn't. But also, those games don't really matter to me. Go ahead, Glenn.
But it's also for your young players to play.
Yeah, that's what's important for young players to play.
It's also
I agree.
It's also for audition for Marcus Mariota, who may not be back with his team next year. You know, I think he should be, but I think as long as you got Marcus, you got a capable backup quarterback, but he's getting older. So you got Marcus auditioning. You have Jayden again. Since they didn't shut him down, I think he's going to play 2 more.
I think he's going to play eventually. I think he's going to play.
I think he's going to play. The worst thing that we as a fan base want to see is him to get hurt in the next 2 games that he do play, if he does play.
I mean, the thing about it, I mean, to George's point, I mean, you don't want to wish injury, but if you got injured, which I'm not, nobody's putting that out there for real. I mean, barring the worst in the world, like he'll be back anyway. So, you know, but to your point though, but I mean, I'm just, you know, when someone shows a trend of, you know, being hurt throughout the season, it's like, all right, like if he didn't get hurt back, like the knee injury which I still think that's like still. I don't even think it's 100% from the knee injury. To be real with y'all, the knee injury, and then the elbow injury. Then I'm not even sure like how. Like I don't even know if I really want him out there because of those type of injuries. But again, if it's true, if it's true, because I don't really believe a lot of people when they say folks are cleared or whatever. I think sometimes you kind of work around it. But if he's truly like cleared in terms of true health, if he is cleared to play, really cleared, not gonna say cleared. If he's really healthy, like really healthy, I have no issue with them playing. Just that I think that, again, I need them to have a real plan for him when he's playing. That's all I care about, like a real plan. And honestly, it doesn't involve him handing the ball off a lot because I don't care about wins or losses right now. I do care about his progression. I care about him. Like, I'm not saying set him up, like not having him throw like all the time. You know what I mean? But like really throwing the football. Like it can really be 60-40.
Give him balance so that he has more options, so that the play action can work. So that
I agree. No, that's what I'm saying.
Kinds of things.
Yeah, those type of things. But I don't need it to be. I need him to be out there throwing no design runs. I need him to be out there throwing the football. Like I don't need him. I don't need it to be. I want to see him get an opportunity to really throw for 300 yards. That type of thing. Like I want that type of because I think that's essential to his growth as a quarterback. It's essential.
It is.
That's all. I don't think that's it. Go ahead, Glenn.
But it's like what DC Slim is saying. You look at this coaching staff, right? I mean, we have to question this coaching staff on the Jayden Daniels playing situation. Because the coaching staff, the head guy, and go back to George's point and go back to what I said earlier, the head guy said he was healthy enough to go back in. My question here is, between last Sunday's press conference and today, or yesterday when they announced, it was earlier today, right? Yeah. No, last night. And last night.
You talking about them when it was yesterday.
Last night when they made the announcement, what's different? Right? Did it swell up? Did it get swollen? What's different? Is it tight? Is it stiff? Let us as a fans know, because somebody should be asking, well, hey, Dan, it was healthy enough to go back in the game on Sunday. What's transpired now? That's on the coaching staff. If Dan put out some false narrative, then he shouldn't have did that. He could have said, I don't have the updates on Jayden Daniels yet. We'll wait till later on in the week. Right?
As a group, and probably they were like, nah. Like, nah.
They probably didn't meet as a group, and like secret back in the room, and the next thing we see Dan Quinn out there talking about Jayden screwed Jayden, right?
No one's going.
I can't believe you said
that. No one's going to say that. That's what I'm saying. Look, man, we not. Everybody should be happy. Like, this is my thing. Everybody should be happy. We don't have like a whole front office of what we had to deal with in the past, man. I don't know. Like, everybody should be happy because folks could be throwing the bus for real. Like, real talk. Folks could really be thrown under the bus for real. So you should be happy that it's been like people are keeping things under wraps, whatever issues that may be had, for real. And that's real talk. So I'm cool with it. I don't need to know everything. Like, don't tell me everything, for real.
Here's another question for you guys. And this is just how much of this, and I'm not saying they're doing this, how much of the drama that we're getting right now in Washington is because of Hard Knocks?
I'm not even watching Hard Knocks. Is it serious on Hard Knocks?
I'm not serious, but I'm just saying because of TV cameras and stuff down. Now you got the drama with.
You think
we got the drama with Jayden Daniels?
I mean, you all would know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Folks would know more than me. I don't know if this is a storyline on Hard Knocks.
I haven't watched any of it.
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been into Hard Knocks in such a long time, so I don't even like. Folks would know better than I think I saw they. I don't. What have we been featured on Hard Knocks to make us any type of thing? I'm not watching Hard Knocks either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on Hard Knocks.
I'm guessing all the drama in Philly's got to be taking up most of the.
Yeah, I feel like Philly or Dallas must be taking most of it. We suck, so I don't know why they would focus on us.
They focused on the coach leaving last week. I haven't watched it for this week. The coach focused on the quarterback coach leaving last week.
So yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter. Like they did something nice for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him a send off.
Man, that's the most I know. I don't know.
Hey, you know what, DC Slim? That's a good point. I've never seen a coach fired on Hard Knocks. Anybody ever seen a coach fired?
That is a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Fired. Yeah. I mean, man, DC Slim, we need to bet that he don't get fired. I ain't gonna hold you. We need to bet, man. We're gonna bet.
Hey,
we're gonna bet, man.
Hey, man, it is.
We're gonna bet, man. We're gonna bet.
Fred Smoot came out this week, right?
What do you say?
I watched Fred Smoot. Fred Smoot came out this week. I would think he was on Logan Paulson podcast. Or he was.
Well, they all. You mean him and Santana and Logan do a podcast?
Yeah, they do. They was all on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And so Fred was like, "You can't fire Dan Quinn because of the injuries." And anybody who's asking for Dan Quinn to be fired is ridiculous.
Oh, that's what Fred said.
That is not Dan Quinn's fault. It's the injuries. And if you didn't have the injuries, that this team would be better than what it is. Now, of course, sometimes again.
Oh, what you want to bet? Like Paul, what you trying to bet though? What you trying to bet? I'll take this bet too.
I go like this. You know, when you work for an organization, you can't talk bad about that organization. Uh-huh. And so again,
Fred, they do.
Yeah, that's true. And Paul, that's what I'm about to say. They work for the organization. They're not gonna say anything else but what the organization wants them to say.
That's
right.
True. That's a fact.
It's like working for WWE. You're not gonna talk bad about WWE, right? So when you work for an organization,
I love Fred to bits, but he can't tell the truth in that job because this whole it's not the coach's fault. People get injured. Yes, the hell it is. If you don't get ready for the season, that is on the coach. If you're putting your players in situations where they can get hurt, that is on the coach. No, I'm not having that. 100%. I am not having that.
No, DC, I'm gonna troll you. Watch Bobby Wagner play, dog.
Watch
he play, dog. Watch he be a game time decision and he suit up and Bobby about to play.
And play 100% of the snaps.
Need to blame for injuries.
You're right. Hey, Glenn, and play like all 100% of the snaps.
Look, like all jokes aside, there was only 4 players last week that played 100% of the snaps, right? It was 4 players last week that played 100% of the snaps on defense, and here it is. And you had Will Harris, right? You had Mikey Samerstiel, and then you had Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu. The 2 players. Those are the only 2 players.
Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. Paul,
I feel pain when you read that.
Hold on. Because Paul be having he be really be forgetting stuff. Jahan Dotson, I was wrong about, and B Rob, I was wrong about. All right, I was right about Drake May because you were trying to get on me on that. I know, I remember Drake May. You were trying to say he wasn't going to be good. I was right about Drake May. I was right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to throw it out there, but I was kind of right. I was kind of right about Bill, about what Bill was going to eventually be a backup. It's kind of right about that. So don't forget don't mention your losses too, bro. Don't just mention your losses because I'm out there. I'm outside. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm outside. I got a lot right.
But I think a lot of Bills.
I got a lot right.
A lot of Bill's situation is this. A lot of Bill's situation is the Jayden Daniels situation. Because there's no consistency in the
look, you're right.
Backfield.
Hey, Glenn, you're right. Look, it probably is. About Cam Sims, I say Cam Sims is trash. I ain't gonna lie, he was on the team, yeah. You're over over Dotson, yeah. I mentioned that, but I'm right a lot, bro. Look, you forgot that you mentioned about Zach. What's the dude who's played the quarterback for the Jets? Zach
Wilson.
You thought Zach Wilson was gonna be really good. You didn't mention that either.
Man, see, Paul, you're trying to go up against Emperor Petty. I can't believe this.
Look, mention all your failures. I'll mention my failures. Mention your failures, bro. But don't worry, Paul. We was both right about Travion Henderson, though. Don't forget about that, bro. We was both right about Travion. But still, but no. Yeah, wrong. Yeah, just saying. Mention all of them, bro. Mention all of them.
Washington should have drafted that kid, but anyway, that's all.
I know. But back to it though. I just, but I'm still winning. No, you ain't winning. You ain't winning. You winning in your mind, bro. Stop it. I'm about to win this bet though. Y'all keep saying it. What's name about to get fired? I'm gonna win this bet. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to win this bet. And when I win, all of this ain't no money or whatever.
There's 12 L's in a row.
Look. If y'all win, if I win, I win. Cause I'm confident. When I win, y'all going full screen and saying, Wole, you're the best person ever in terms of predictions. Yeah, for sure, I'll be winning, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. For when I'll be winning.
Jay Gruden says Dan Quinn is on the hot seat.
Jay Gruden?
Jay
Gruden or John? Jay? Well, Jay don't know.
Why are we even speaking that man's name in here?
Jay is an example.
Jay, I'm just saying. Jay said this week that Dan Quinn should be on the hot seat.
He said should be on the hot seat.
Yeah,
he don't got no say in the matter. Look, he should look. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, truth be told, he should kind of be on the hot seat, but I'm just telling you, he ain't gonna get fired. He should be on the hot seat though. Like I think he should.
Jay Gruden should know about the damn hot seat. I don't see him working in the NFL anywhere. He's flapping his gums in Washington, getting a platform, which is gross.
Ain't he still getting paid from Washington?
Who, Jerry?
No, not by now. Been too many years now.
Hey, but this is my thing too, though, right? And everybody who said to fire Dan Quinn. My question.
Go ahead.
But my question here: who's replacement?
Well, no, Paul's talked about that. Give Paul his flowers. When we were talking about this last week, he had candidates ready to go on that one.
But
I mean, a lot of people have candidates. It's all good though.
But we bring it back to Jay.
Point is, well,
go ahead, George. I mean, I don't want to stay on this topic forever though. I don't want to stay on the topic forever though.
That gets on the nerves about the whole. Well, we got to make sure for Jayden. Jayden is a smart kid who is adaptable. He went from Arizona State to go play for Brian Kelly, who's probably one of the toughest college coaches to play quarterback for, and all I did was go and win the Heisman. I am not worried about. I don't care if he has 5 different coordinators in a row. I am not worried about Jayden because he's smart and adaptable. I am not worried about Jayden. That's not the consideration. The consideration is who is going to hire the best staff and who's going to be the best CEO for that staff and be able to motivate these guys. And if they need to step in a little bit, that's great. That's what DQ was supposed to be. He's done a horrible job at it.
Not worried. Let me just jump in. I don't care about DQ as a coach for Jayden. That's not what I care about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like DQ had a bad year coaching, but I don't like my problem for Jayden, not for Jayden, is that you gotta have. It's not like you have it's all about the offensive coach. Period. That's all I care about for Jayden. We talk about if you're telling me for the whole team, yes, the head coach. I agree with that. But for Jayden Daniels' development, it's all about that offensive coordinator. Either the offensive dude is a head coach or he's just the offensive coordinator. Either or. I don't even care. For Jayden Daniels, my big for Jayden is all about the offensive coordinator. And it has to be the right offensive coordinator. I don't need like what you say, George, about having 5 different. I'm not putting that on any rookie, period. Or any young quarterback. I don't want that for any young quarterback. But
I don't have the right. But you do have more apt to handle it than anybody else.
No. It's a quality of coordinators because that can still ruin you. If you have bad offensive coordinators, they'll ruin a young quarterback.
Well, yeah, if you have so if you have all them guys that Jason Campbell had,
exactly because Jason Campbell was a smart dude. He just had horrible coordinators. That's the truth. He was smart dude, had horrible coordinators.
That's
what is it? It's like seven coordinators.
Jason was extremely smart. He had horrible coordinators. Then that ruined that made him that ruined his progression. You gotta have the right. You gotta bring in the right guy. Forget 5. You have to bring in the right guy, and whatever the right dude is. We all saw Ben Johnson in Detroit and what he did for Jared Goff and what he's doing. Like he's just like him or not, he's a brilliant offensive-minded coach. You gotta have a brilliant offensive-minded coach. Period. Like one of the guys that you believe in. Like again, when I was on the beat, and they fired Jay. That was my last. They fired Jay, and then Callahan was the interim coach, but they moved O'Connell as Kevin O'Connell was the offensive coordinator. Everybody said it. I know. Everybody said Kevin O'Connell was the next one coming. Period. Yeah. Everybody said Kevin O'Connell was a genius. Mm-hmm. They were like, eventually he's going to be one of those dudes. And so when he went to LA, he did a year with LA with McVay. And then he got the job in Minnesota. I wasn't surprised that all this happened for him because he's just he was that dude. You know what I mean? You got to get one of them guys. Like you got to get one of them. I'm not saying with Tree that you can get him whatever, however you want to pluck him. But I'm just saying you got to get a guy that's that's heavily respected, that has no fail in his game. Like there isn't a situation where you said like he failed there. You got to get a dude that's been under somebody who's been super successful and the whole league, not one person who just love him just to love him, the whole league believes that this person is him. That's the type of dude you bring for Jayden. You don't give somebody just because he's under a tree. You get somebody there like McDaniels. Everybody's like McDaniels is going to be a bright dude, regardless of like his quirks. Everybody knew that McDaniels was going to be that dude. You got to bring a dude that the whole league respects. That may be a quarterback coach right now because it got to hire up, right? It's got to be a move up when you take him from another team. So it's got to be where the whole league thinks that this dude is the next genius. You do that, you're fine. If you bring in somebody off a whim, that's when I get concerned about. We're just switching coordinators to switch coordinators.
But here's my thing is right. We got to tie this back into Jayden Daniels. This is how you tie. And this is how you tie this into Jayden Daniels, right? We're talking about tonight. Should the Commander shut Jayden Daniels down? All the reason we having this conversation is because Dan Quinn wouldn't pull him out of a game that was getting blown out in. That's
true.
So the two times because the conversation is if Dan Quinn would have shut Jayden down in the Seattle game, we're not having this conversation at all, right? Not at all.
That's true.
That
is true.
All right. So now
go ahead.
He created a saga, right?
True.
Because of the mismanaging of Jayden, the mismanaging, right? So now he mismanaged him again this past week, right? Let's be honest. He was mismanaged.
I don't know. I don't think in this game he mismanaged. Against the Vikings, I don't think he mismanaged him.
No, not in a bad way.
We weren't getting blown out.
No.
When he got hurt. That was Jayden getting that that's Jayden. Well, now I'm saying throwing an interception because that really wasn't Jayden's fault. That was just a great play. And it's Jayden running dude down, and then that block happened. That's not on that. That one is not on coaching.
No.
I won't say that.
Here's the mismanaging part. The mismanaging part is not putting Jayden back in the game.
Oh, you think he should have came back?
Oh, if you can't go in the press conference and tell me the kid could have played.
I'm gonna tell you why.
And now
I got you.
You can't tell me that he could have played, but you shut him down, right?
Yeah.
You mismanaged him because you were scared of the last time you messed up, and you don't want to mess up
again. That's a good point.
Because you was heavily criticized. You put him back in the game.
Good point.
If he's ready to play, then you put him back in the game to play. So that's how I figure that's how I say he mismanaged him, because you put him in the game. Because if you put him in the game and something else happens, then we're not having this week. So again, he has made some mismanagement. He has made some mistakes.
Are you talking about optics? Because of optics, or are you just saying thorough mismanagement?
A thorough mismanagement and
because I would say this. The only reason why, because everybody watched that game. The reason I didn't I wasn't a fan of Jayden's body language throughout the game because he kept playing with that freaking elbow, and I was like, why are you out there if you're gonna keep playing with that? You look uncomfortable, you look uncomfortable. Like that was point,
your point you made earlier. Not because your point you made earlier. If he wasn't 100%, if he wasn't ready, don't put him in.
True, that's true. All good points. They're all good points. All good points. I totally agree. That's all good points. So for what does this injury mean for his 2-year development? I'm gonna start with you, George. These injuries this season.
I mean, look, his development has been stunted this year. I don't think when you miss as much time as he has, your development is hurt. I mean, it goes back to what happened in training camp. We've already done that to death.
Yeah.
I mean, this is tough because you want to see a guy, you want to see him throw 300 and some passes like most quarterbacks do after such a great season, that first season. And just the fact that he's gone this far backwards, I mean, it's not puzzling in the sense we know why it's happened, but it is puzzling in the sense is even with all the injuries to the other players, it shouldn't have happened because he showed you the ability to elevate talent no matter who was on the field last year. And now that's not happened this year. And I'm frustrated for him as much as I'm frustrated at the people that I think are the cause of it. And all I know is whoever is coaching next year, whether it's DQ or somebody else, they better not screw the offseason and the preseason and training camp up next year, or it's going to be nothing but me just ranting and raving and going crazy next year all the time.
What about you, Glenn? What do you think this is meant to his development?
Again, when you're not playing, you're not getting better, right? Plain and simple. If you're not playing, you're not getting better. Because now you have to go back and look and see what defenses gave you And so you can sit in different things, whether it's quarter, cover 2, cover 3. What was it's done his development. It's done his development in his play. Also, it's done his development with the receivers that they're going to be here. Of course, like Terry McLaurin was hurt. It also hurt Deebo Samuels. We talking about development.
Oh, his money, man, messed his money up.
He messed that man's money up
because he was doing. He could have. I think he was on pace to do some real special things.
He was on pace to do real special things. So now, when you talk about the development, it helped the development of the organization, development of the team. So you have there's work to be done. There's work to be done. There's work to be done. He needs to build his confidence back up.
I agree with this too. I agree with this, DC Slim. I agree with this.
Yeah, he's off, but he's not. He's not. I don't call anybody who get hurt a bust.
So he's not who call him? What's a bust?
No, but no, there've been people talking about Jayden Daniels bust, a sophomore slump.
Man, they get the
so this is not a sophomore slump situation.
To me, start smoking them dippers.
Right,
a bust.
It's not a sophomore slump. It's not a bust. It's an injury season. Right, everybody has those. Peyton Manning had those. Joe Burrows had those. I told you, that was my argument on Sunday. If you call this Jayden, you got to call this Joe Burrows, because Joe Burrows' second season he got hurt too.
His first year he got hurt.
His first year he got hurt. His first year he got hurt against Washington. My man Chase Young.
Yeah, who's playing excellent football. But continue.
But sometimes you need to change the scenery. You need some coaches to get
That's true. You need some coaches. Yeah.
And so again, back to the coaching situation. So his has done his growth. I agree with DC Slim. A lot of it is not physical play, but it's mental.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
It's mental. Dealing with, got a football player in my house, son coming off an ACL tear and playing in college. It is not it's the mental aspect of it. When you have to go play the game again after injuries, and you've never been injured before, right? You never missed a game, or so it's the injury. Now you want to get back out there and prove that everything that you can do everything that you did before. And I think, again, I said it earlier when we first started this, Jayden overcompensating, and now he's playing not to make mistakes and not playing free and loose.
I mean, football, and I think this is such a great point, Santiago. It's not even about the talent and the ability, right? Because I think Debo is like better than both of them. It's not like he's better than both of them. He just is. But I will say there's something about having that chemistry and that continuity, and to take that away from a young quarterback, I think is it's like you're taking what he did for you for granted as an organization, and like not having. Like forget what these guys are doing elsewhere, right? But just knowing what they did for Washington last year in that stretch run, not having those individuals messes up chemistry for a younger quarterback. When you get used to having those guys, you know what Diami's going to be at, or you know what Olamide is going to be at. Regardless of how I feel about these individuals, like as players, right? But as a quarterback, like he had a comfort level with those dudes, though.
It's business.
And I know, I'm saying, but it's cheap. They were cheap. I won't even say it's business. They were super cheap. Like you signed Noah Brown. I don't even care. You signed Noah Brown. Like you could have signed those dudes. Like those dudes had more impact than Noah Brown to the stretch run of the season. Right?
Diami with that bag though.
Diami's bag was small. It wasn't big. It was small. It wasn't a big contract.
But Washington
was a 1-year deal.
Washington wasn't offering that though.
No, they could have offered it. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It was a small deal. My point is, like, you decided, just like we talked about Jeremy Chin, like they lowballed him. That's a whole different discussion. But I'm just saying, like, here in this situation, you could have brought those dudes back easily. True. If you care about your young quarterback, if it's all about, like George's point, right? Who's the prized possession of this organization? It's Jayden. So you bring people, you built for Jayden. If these dudes are comfortable to a point, they make Jayden comfortable, and you let and then now you let them go. Now you're pretty much like saying, all right, you're putting too much on Jayden, the young quarterback, to say, all right, we expect you to make these people better, regardless of the chemistry you have with them or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like you're putting too much on Jayden. Jayden's not a vet. He's not like a Tom Brady where people can be interchangeable. You dig what I'm saying? Like for a young quarterback, chemistry is very important. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I've been shooting in the gym with you for a minute. So I'm gonna need, like, I know where you're gonna be at on this play. I know how to throw you this deep ball. I know how to judge your speed on this deep ball. I know Olamide, I know you're gonna be here, catch it or not. I know you're gonna be here. Like, so like if that's important, you know what I mean? And he had that chemistry with those dudes. And it's not like those dudes were uber expensive. You could have kept them dudes,
right?
seriously to help out Jayden. So it's like, all right, Jayden, for you, we're gonna keep these dudes here. Now the question is like, was that discussed with Jayden? That's the question. And was that discussed with Jayden? Jayden was like, y'all can do whatever. I don't care. That's a question, but I doubt that happened. Right. I think they were like, you know what? We don't need Jayden. I mean, we don't need them. We have Jayden. Jayden can make anybody else look good. I think that's what the mentality was. So I think that, in my opinion, they took Jayden's first year for granted, not knowing that he's a young dude and it's good to have chemistry regardless of who you are as quarterback. Like your fake, it's not like if you look at all the young quarterbacks in the NFL, it wasn't like after year one they're gonna make a wholesale change other than the starting quarterback and starting receiver and Terry McLaurin. Say, we're gonna give you this type of receiver, whatever. Like if those individuals had success with that said player, they're gonna keep that player in the building. Yeah, Glenn, your camera good, buddy. Like they don't keep that player in the building. So like I think to Santiago's point, great point, Santiago. I also think the organization like failed Jayden in that aspect, like not keeping people there that he was comfortable with. I think that's a very good point, Santiago. Todd says his development is stunted, not enough time on the field to correct his flaws, which means next year he is behind the curve compared to his peers. I think he'll be fine. I think all it takes is just having the right offensive coordinator in the building, because I think Jayden does well. He doesn't put the ball at risk. He's accurate once he lets that thing go. I agree with what DC Slim said. I think he's very, it's mental. There's a fear of not of making a mistake, or there's a fear of not like seeing what you believe in. So I think it's mental. I definitely think it's mental. But yeah, I'm still on Santiago's point. That's a really good point. I didn't think about that hard enough, because I've always been on the side of, like, you got Debo. I think Debo, you could have kept Debo and signed them other dudes. The money that Diami got and Olamide Zaccheaus got was nothing in terms of the South. Was nothing. You know what I mean? You're on mute, Glenn. Oh, I can't hear you. Audio, I can't. Can you hear Glenn, George?
No, I can't hear Glenn either.
Yeah, can hear you, Glenn.
And honestly,
go ahead.
I wasn't too pressed about Diami or OZ leaving, but it's letting them leave and keeping Noah Sick Note Brown that is just.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah.
Bad.
There you go. I can hear you now, Glenn. Go ahead, Glenn.
That was about the same thing George point, which that means you have to keep. Luke may have to go. Noah may have to go.
Luke,
because
they're still cheap. Luke's on a rookie deal.
But no, I'm talking about if you're keeping Zaccheaus, Diami, you're not keeping all those receivers.
I mean, who'd you keep? You kept Chris Moore?
No, you get rid of Moore.
You don't have to. The Chris Moore is not on the roster. Then that's one subtracted. Like who else? Like like that's one subtracted. You got your core could have been. I mean, if you still wanted to draft Jalen Lane, if you still wanted to, you may have not even drafted Jalen Lane. But say if you still wanted to, right? That's Diami, Zaccheaus, Terry, Debo, Lane. That's 5 receivers. Luke, that's 6. That's fine.
You got to count Noah. They ain't getting...
No, I know. They chose to sign Noah. They didn't have to sign Noah. I'm not counting Noah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you chose to sign Noah. That was the mistake.
Right, but the organization if you look at those two guys, Zaccheaus and Diami,
who
they felt that Noah was better than one of those two dudes.
That's where they messed up. That's my point. My point is the chemistry. What was the chemistry down the road when they need to make the big push? It's with who?
Zaccheaus and Diami.
Yes, it wasn't Noah. That's what I'm saying. The organization made the mistake. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. So what Santiago saying is, like, the organization made the mistake on leaning on Noah Brown, a dude who has a history of injuries, who got hurt again last year, and they needed to rely on Zaccheaus and Diami, and those dudes made big plays throughout the season. I could name Jamison Crowder too, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree with Paul. This was my statement. I made this statement throughout the offseason that the offense should have stayed the same.
Yeah,
the defense, everything they did in the draft. When we did our draft show, I think I talked about they need to just do straight defense in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight defense. Agree. But here's my other thing to a point you guys made earlier.
Yes, you can. DT Slim, don't do that. Go ahead.
a bit early, and this is about the OC and any changes to Jayden's development. If you want Jayden to be developed for the next season, on Black Monday, Cliff needs to be gone.
Oh yeah, Cliff got gone.
The longer you wait, any longer you wait after Black Monday, you're hindering Jayden's development. And now Jayden has to learn from a new OC. You have to hire
quick.
By the time we get to the NFC Championship game, if you're letting somebody go, there need to be somebody new in the building.
I agree. I'm just hoping Cliff just get somebody trying to interview Cliff right now to make life easier on us.
Yes.
So we won't have that decision.
Please, Bengals. Cliff and Joe Burrow would be a dynamic combination.
The Bengals. Why the Bengals?
Because Zach Taylor sucks and he's going to go. They're going to get
Zach Taylor is not going to go. He is not going anywhere.
Hey,
Zach Taylor is not going anywhere.
Cliff is going to be with Shador in Cleveland.
Oh, you think?
I
don't know. Really? You think Cleveland would get Cliff? That's a bad. You know what? That's a bad organization. They would sign Cliff.
They would sign Cliff. It's not gonna be the New York. It's not gonna be the New York Giants.
Oh, and Giants be stupid.
In the way the Miami's playing, McDaniels may not get fired.
I mean, he's a pass coordinator. That's not lateral. That's up if he gets a pass coordinator. That's not lateral. That's upwards, right?
Somebody
a pass coordinator.
Cliff off our hands.
I mean, Cliff can. Please. I mean, of Clay Kubiak. That's possible if he wants to interview for the position. That's because that's an offensive coordinator. He would have more. No, what? I think he would take that job because that's more of his responsibility. That is because Kyle still, knowing Kyle, he pretty much probably still calls most of it.
Yeah,
that would be more like, yeah. The only interesting thing I would say about Cliff Kubiak, I mean, obviously that tree is vicious because his dad and him and Mike, they basically schemed up that offense. The only thing I would say is Kyle. My question would be: is Kyle calling most of the stuff? Because Kyle is really. But you know what? Kyle's tree is awesome. Yeah, definitely. If he wants to, I would do that. I would definitely offer him an offensive coordinator gig. Because I don't think he would be the head coach. I think he would get an offensive coordinator gig before a head coach. That's my opinion. I think he'd be an offensive coordinator. Nobody is hiring Danny or Cliff. He was the stupid pick to do that. Look, man, we went to the NFC Championship game. You can't. Were you calling it stupid last year? I do want to know that though. DC Slam, were you calling it dumb last year? If you were, then at least you're consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it goes to Taj's point that we was all drunk last year.
That's true.
Yeah, we did, man. Taj, you know it.
That's true. Guilty.
Taj,
here.
Yeah. Taj.
Guilty.
Taj is really hurt by that. What happened? What this team did to my man Taj. Taj, I'm sorry that this team did that to you, bro. Okay,
false hopes, man. Gave us false hopes.
Okay, would you look, man? Not would I hire? Because I don't I need to hear the word from the whole NFL. Last year, no, I ain't asked about that. Nah, see, that's not why I asked. That's the DC Slim. You be doing that, man. You be pushing. Look, man, you be pushing the goalpost. I asked you. Were you holding that smoke last year? Not revisionist history. I asked you last year, were you saying fire Dan? That's all I'm saying.
No. Is a yes or no question?
No, that's all I'm asking. Were you asking when you asking that? That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying we're looking at this year. I would say last year were you saying fire Dan? If you were because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm very consistent. I was always against Joe Witt. I ain't gonna hold you. I was this dude talk too much, and his defense ain't that good for him to talk like he like that. So I've always been that type of person. Yeah, I'm just asking you.
Same thing. I was against Joe Witt.
Same Glen too. So I'm just asking you, were you holding that energy with Dan Quinn? Were you saying cliche Dan Quinn last year? That's all I'm saying. Were you saying that? I'm with you this year, my guy. I get what you're saying this year. I get you because I think Dan got a lot of cliches, my guy. He do. I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted Danny fired on the announcement. He was getting hired.
I agree with that.
I didn't want him to be hired. I ain't gonna lie. I was Dan Quinn, but but when the season was going, did you say fire him though? That's what I'm asking. Not on the hire. When the season was going, were you I know after the Tampa game, you was probably fire the dude. I ain't gonna hold you. I was damn, this dude sucked. But then I know after that, you said, yeah, you swelling. Show me a tweet.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna believe DC Slim because Yo, he don't like Dan Quinn. He ain't never.
I believe him.
There's some coaches that you just don't get down with. You
For
don't
real,
rock
it's
with,
a fact though. That's a fact though. There's some coaches you don't really ride with. There's some coaches I don't like.
Because like I said, I remember us on here talking about Dan Quinn, head coach. Like when
I was the same way.
Before we even thought it was Dan Quinn, we're like, nah, it can't be Dan Quinn.
That's fair, DC Slim. I'm the same way. I went Dan Quinn. I was like, oh, why are we getting Dan Quinn? You know what I'm saying?
Because DC Slim got traumatized. He probably was a Falcon fan and got traumatized.
You could tell DC Slim. You could tell he old school Redskin.
Old school Redskin.
He's like Redskin fan. I think DC Slim definitely a Redskin fan.
Yo, DC Slim was at FedEx.
He was RFK.
He was at RFK.
I could tell.
He was at RFK. That bad boy was rocking down.
I could tell my man was at RFK. Yeah. Who did I want? I'm trying to figure out who did I want.
I think most folks wanted Ben Johnson.
I ain't care for Ben Johnson. I mean, I would have took him, but I didn't really care. Oh, I knew what I wanted. I wanted a freaking Shanahan disciple. That's what I wanted.
Well,
I wanted it.
Me and George got blasted for saying that.
Paul would know. Paul, who do we want? We wanted a Shanahan disciple. That's what I wanted. I wanted it.
Who did we get blasted for, Glenn?
We got blasted for the saying that Mike Tomlin got fired because it was the fired Mike Tomlin going on in Pittsburgh.
McDonald. Wait, the Ravens coach, the coach from the Ravens?
I think he's talking about the coordinator, Mike McDonald, who's now with Seattle.
McDonald,
I do seem to remember Santiago was on that.
Yeah, track. you know what? But that wasn't last year though.
No, that was when Dan Quinn was hired.
Oh, it was when he was hired. It was just like last year was the first year. Last year was the first year. Yeah, it was. Is that
AP was getting criticized because a lot of people looked at it and said he had all his eggs in the Ben Johnson basket and he could have had Mike McDonald. And by the time Ben Johnson told him no, it was too late. He'd already gone to Seattle.
It was an OC from the Rams. It was an OC from the Rams I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted what's it OC for the Rams? McDonald, shout out I'm not gonna shout out my university, the school I rock with. McDonald's a great coach. He's a very great coach. He's a very great coach. Like McDonald's, but everybody wanted an offensive coach. Nobody wanted a defensive coach. Majority of folks wanted an offensive coach, right?
Minded coach, yeah.
I'm trying. I think was it Robinson we wanted, Paul? Was it Robinson? I thought it was somebody else. Who was it? Who was with the Houston? Was it Oilers?
Bobby Slowick.
I didn't want
Bobby
Slowick
from Houston for some reason.
Bobby Slowick.
Yeah.
How about Minter? He's a defensive-minded coach. That's a defensive coach, right?
Yeah, it's a defensive guy. He's supposedly on the list for Michigan. Jesse Minter.
Oh, that makes sense because he does.
And his dad was a pretty good college coach. Rick Minter was a pretty good college coach. That's his dad.
That makes sense.
You know what we need to do a show on?
What we gotta do a show on?
We need to do a show on all of DC, all of not Dan Quinn's, all of Adam Peters' bad moves this year.
Bro, that's the off season. That's definitely an off season one. We should do that. There's a lot of bad ones, bro.
Because I got one name, Preston Smith.
So I'm Preston. There's some prior that like he.
It's some names. Off season.
We could go. Are we talking about like drafts too?
Yeah, offseason. Yeah, when we went to offseason,
man, that man got some bad draft picks, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My mind is just running now.
No, you're right. That's cool, man. We real on this show. Like that draft picks. That's a thing that needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
The draft picks are something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we all like the individual. I know we're going off topic, but it's okay. We like I said, we're real. I like Jayden Newton a lot. I do like Jayden Newton. And I'm with DC Slim. I don't want to blame I blame coaching with Jayden Newton. I don't want to blame Jayden Newton, but that's just me because what I saw in college in Illinois, I refuse to blame that kid. You know what I mean? Like I refuse to blame even though people be getting on him and clowning on him because again, I am pro player a lot. DC Slim, if you don't, I'm really am pro player a lot. Fedorian Mathis. I felt like we didn't give that kid a chance.
I mean, that's arguable, but is he even on somebody's practice squad at this point?
I'll say this: it's all the sports. This is my belief in most sports. Once you get typecasted as a bust or something like that, it is hard to like really bounce back.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Some
like
people
Geno,
land on feet.
like you know how long it took Geno Smith to kind of get a starting job again?
Yeah, it took Geno a long
Well,
time.
it took him ages. That's true.
Yeah, you know how long
like
it takes
said, they wrote
Sam
him off,
Darnold,
but he didn't write back.
Exactly, Sam Darnold.
He had to go on the miss. JJ McCarthy had to get hurt. JJ had to get hurt for Sam Darnold.
I'm being real. Like that's not once you get that, it's just like it's the same thing with basketball too. But like in sports, once you get labeled a certain way, it's Treylon Burks. You lucky like to just get this opportunity. We're talking about a first round pick, and we see glimpses of him now because of injury.
Mm-hmm.
But Treylon Burks, how long was he out there waiting? He ain't talented.
Very talented.
Yeah. Well, then you got to give Adam Peters credit for at least getting him in here.
No. I give him Peter credit for that. But see, that's his thing though. He likes bargain dudes though. That's his thing. Like Drake Jackson. He brought Drake. I want to see Drake Jackson. I'm excited. He was a first round pick. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Same here.
You know what I mean? So I just think that. But to back to your point, yeah, Glenn, he's made some errors.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, DC Slim, man. We go look, man. Bobby Wagner, man. I just got the report right now, man. That it says the swelling in his knee is going down. He's elevated and iced that joint. He is now walking fluently. There is a 50% chance he plays on Sunday. Oh man.
He's gonna play. He was limited in practice today. He's gonna play.
He's limited today?
Yeah, he was limited
today. He limited. DC Slim.
Yeah. The last report he was limited in practice.
Hey, DC Slim Bobby Slowick is definitely who I wanted. I wanted Bobby Slowick. That's what it was. It was Bobby Slowick.
Yeah. No, and Bobby Slowick I think would have been good. I think he got kind of the shaft in Houston.
Yeah, that's why I wanted in Washington. That's why I wanted to be the head. I think I wanted that to be the offensive coordinator. I wanted Bobby Slowick to be the offensive coordinator. That's what it was. I remember now. I wanted him to be the offensive coordinator.
I'll tell you this: for those of you out there that want Raheem Morrison here as a defensive coordinator next year, I think that chance is going up all the time because the Falcons tonight have been just abysmal in that game.
Oh, the defense sucks too?
Penalties.
The defense sucks?
I mean, they're down only 8. It's 28-20, but they've had 17 penalties tonight.
Who they playing? They're playing
which
Tampa,
is tied
right?
a franchise record.
They're playing Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's on down here, so I'm getting to enjoy that.
I mean, they're all bad teams, though. It doesn't really matter. They're all bad teams. Yeah. They're like Washington. They're a bad team. Yeah, Bobby, 100% snaps from Bobby. Shaking my head.
Pain.
George, no more retreads. That's a topic to have. No more retreads.
No, well, the coordinators again. He's got a good track record as a defensive coordinator, so I guess I would not turn my nose up at Raheem Morris as a defense coordinator.
This is what I would say for Raheem Morris, like because I think he's solid, but also I think he's a dude that needs like superior talent to help his defense rock.
That's probably true. Yes.
If you have the talent here, I don't think he can really. I don't think he can make this talent like that, to be honest with you. I could be wrong though. I don't think we're bad, but I don't think he's that type of coach to get the best out of this and this group of guys. That's just where I'm about look how I.
To be fair to him, the Bucks have all their receivers back for like the first time all year.
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying in general.
Pretty good wide receiving core.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not judging him off this game. I'm just judging him in terms of totality of his like calling plays. Like I don't think because of LA, he had a good defense, but to me, the talent he had, it should have been damn near dominant.
Mm-hmm.
To be real with you, but it was good. It won a Super Bowl, but I thought it should have been dominant though. Like I don't think you like how we view the Eagles defense. It should have been like that. Like to be real, because they had Pro Bowlers on almost in every level on the field.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But he's good. Like he's good. He better than Joe Witt. So I mean.
Yeah, be hard not to be better than Joe Witt.
Hey, Joe Witt got 3 weeks left, dog.
I know definitely. I don't think he is not on this team anymore. I don't. So, like, how should Washington evaluate his performance if the season ends? If his season's already over, how should they evaluate?
You got to put an asterisk by it because you don't have a big incomplete. You don't have the big sample, and that's what it is. To me, you get the incomplete. You get the I.
Incomplete.
Yeah.
So incomplete. Yeah, I think it's incomplete. I agree with that. Yeah, incomplete. It's definitely incomplete. But I do want him to get back because it's to George's point. I think we are fair. Like I do need him to, get that Jayden mentality back in terms of like focus that we saw in 2024. Because coming in, like my issue, and to your point, like my issue in preseason, whatever or not, like he just wasn't accurate. Like I'm cool with like he just wasn't accurate to start this season. And when he was on the field, it just wasn't the same type of like I think the Chargers game we saw it. I definitely thought we saw it in the Chargers game. I mean, I won't even lie. I feel like we saw it a lot, even though we lost that game and he had like the crucial turnover. I thought we saw it a lot in the Chicago game. I thought he hit some dimes in the Chicago game. It's just that it was mass, but we can only think about that, that fumble. We think about that fumble to lose the game or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I thought he was throwing dimes in that game. I thought he was on one in that game.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I just want Jayden to take this off season. And I trust he will because he's a mature kid. I trust he will just to hone in on what he feels like he needs to work on. He knows. No, I don't need to tell him what he needs to work on. I'm sure he knows what he needs to work on. So hone in on what he needs to work on. But yeah, I'm with everybody. Incomplete, definitely incomplete. But we'll see how. But I'm thinking that. But I think the key thing though, if he doesn't play in that Eagles game, I think Jayden is done for the year. Personally,
yeah, me personally too.
Yeah, personally. DC Slim not incomplete. You gotta grade his play. I give him that's fair. I give him a D because DC Slim is a Jayden supporter, so this is actually straight up because he became famous instead of getting better on his own. See, I didn't want to say that too. I kind of DC Slim. I'm not all the way. I don't want to put that out there, but I kind of agree with that too. I don't know about the D. I give him a C. But I'm with you, DC Slim.
Fame went to his head?
I think so. I kind of think so. It's just different. I think people look at it all happens differently. People respond to fame differently. And what I mean by that is like Griffin is out in your face and everybody see it. So it's easy to see. People respond to fame and the attention differently. That's all I'm saying. I think you can. Yeah, DC Slim, I'm kind of with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm with you. I think this season is humbling. I think he's way better he's gonna be way better because of it. That I will say. I think Jayden's gonna be way better because of this season. What's up? What's going on, Phil? We about to end though, bro. You kind of late.
What's up, man? What's up?
I appreciate you though. I do appreciate you.
I think Taj is on to something with this one.
I think he become famous or his support staff, coaches, street. No, because a lot of This is why I agree with because Taj sometimes everybody wants to protect somebody. I get it. So this is where it is. Like as a man, and this is the truth. As a man, you control what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Individual I want to say a man, it's an individual, you control what you can control.
Correct.
If you missing throws, like coaches can set you up and running the ball, whatever, but if you missing throws that you are easy throws, who's that on?
So you.
Is that on coaching? That's on coaching? That's on quarterback. If you missing all right, go back to the Dallas game. The Dallas game in Dallas. How many easy throws did he miss in that game? A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Did he play the Packers game? I don't want to put it on him because that Micah was everywhere. That was ridiculous. Micah was crazy. So if you want to say that, yes, that was more of the team getting dominated. The line couldn't do anything with him. But then if you watch that game too, though, he was missing. But I would say he was missing throws in that game against the Packers because the pass rush. So I can go with that argument. I can definitely go with that argument. Other than if we name the handful of games he played really well, I thought he played well early in the Giants game. He played well, but even the second half of that Giants game, he wasn't sharp.
No,
coaching put him in the wrong position? Is that coaching? Because that Giants game, everybody was in love with what the coaching was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jayden just missing throws, right?
Hey,
so I'm just saying, there's games. He played the Detroit game, right? Yeah, he got hurt in the Detroit game. No, Seattle game he got hurt, right?
No, that's here. He didn't play Detroit.
All right, Seattle game. The Seattle game, they were bullying us, but he didn't look sharp in Seattle either. Throwing when he had guys.
But it was, I mean, you could take the Seattle game and say he was off because he was just coming back.
And that's true. Was he just coming back? Yeah, he was just coming back, right? He was just coming back.
Yeah. No, that's the whole point. Is that's why it's an incomplete because if he doesn't play another game, he's going to end up playing 6 games this year, 7.
Yeah. So example, Joe Burrow coming back injured, being risky. He still wasn't missing. I mean, he could be off a little bit, but he's not missing open people.
True.
Because missing open people is different. That's a different argument. Missing being late on throws or late on progressions is a whole different thing. But missing people open is a different argument. Correct?
It is correct. Hey, but Paul got a question, and I think this is going to kind of key. Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, thank you, DC. Appreciate you. Go ahead.
Paul's question is now: if we lose the Giants like we did last week, is it over for DQ? Is it over? I mean, I don't know.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. If we lose the Giants like we lost to the Vikings, it could be. I ain't gonna lie. The Giants, they suck. I'm sorry.
And this goes with the quarterback. And this goes with the quarterback question too. The quarterback because who you have playing quarterback. My thing is,
they were going to blame Mariota.
If Mariota goes hurt, you got Josh Johnson.
Nah, Josh Johnson's some trash. I'm sorry. I'm not doing no Josh Johnson. I'm sorry. Not this version of Josh Johnson. I like young Josh Johnson. Todd said, but did he bench himself in the preseason? I mean, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying you're looking at, you're doing it. I get what you're doing. I understand. Yes, the coaches are at fault with that too, but you got also players should be hold accountable too in terms of his production out there. That's all I'm saying. There are dudes who miss. All right, some of these rookies missed all of the preseason and they still playing. Someone playing okay. I'm not saying, and that's not even a thing. I'm not even trying to put that into whatever. I'm just saying when you're on the football field, you ask Jayden missing throws. How many games he played in the regular season? So you're telling me, all right, he didn't play preseason, but how many games did he bank in the regular season, right? But by now he should be accurate enough.
But it was consistent games. That's
I know what I'm saying, but you're a quarterback. If you're an elite quarterback, this is the thing. You're making it sound like Jayden don't have it in him. Jayden's a regular quarterback. He's an elite quarterback. We all believe he's an elite quarterback. You would figure a elite quarterback wouldn't hit the open throws. I'm not talking about being precise and threading the needle. I'm talking about the easy open throws. He is missing easy open throws. So to DC Slim, I get his point. He's missing easy open throws. I'm not going to put miss as an NFL quarterback, an elite NFL quarterback. You miss games, but we're talking about the open throws that we're like, dang, you got commentators saying Jayden, quarterbacks who are commentators saying Jayden's off. We have no bias to Washington or against Washington. That's all I'm saying. I Drew Brees came out and said it. Drew Brees was talking about it. Drew Brees don't got nothing for us either or. You know what I mean? Ain't like it's Romo or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I get where DC Slim is coming from. I'm talking about on the field when he got the opportunity to make easy throws. I'm not talking about a bomb overthrow. I don't care about that stuff. The percentages of that ain't always perfect. I'm talking about two dudes running out. He's open on the out. He overthrow it. Dude open. He's holding the ball for a second because he didn't trust his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. NFL throws. I'm not talking about threading the needle. I'm talking about NFL throws. That's it. Not a knock on whatever. The Chargers game, I am a fan of that. He had one. Yeah, the Chargers game was and I said the Bears game. Chargers and Bears game. I'm giving him the Bears game because I feel like the turnover is what masked that Bears game. I thought he had a lot of great throws in that Bears game. To Chris Moore of all people. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I ain't knocking. I ain't knocking it. Jerry played preseason, but then he missed most of the season with the injury. Then came back in the Ravens game and thrown he missed a portion of the season, so he should be rusty, right? I'm talking about. Look, I'm not acting.
Joe Burrow's played 2 outstanding games since coming back from injury.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not even saying that Jayden got to play. And George, I'm not saying Jayden even got to play at that level. That's what I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying Jayden is missing the simple throws. Period. That's my only argument to why I agree with DC Slim is he's missing easy throws. That's all I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying. So that's why I get that. Like that's not coaching. That's Jayden not for whatever reason. I don't know it for whatever reason. You know what I mean? He hasn't been on it. That's it. There ain't nothing, no knock on it. The Giant, look, you can go, into Georgia. Like we got to see. But last year, how many preseason games did he play last year? Was it like a lot?
No, he played a good chunk.
The second one, right?
I think he played almost the entire first quarter in the first game.
Yeah,
and he played, I think, a half in the second game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna you're using. Yeah, Caleb played preseason. Okay, how much he played preseason? Drake May played preseason. He played the first game.
But you gotta look at it too. Like
he had a new coach though. He had a new coach. He had to play.
And that was my point.
Yeah, he had to play. He had a new coach. He had to play.
New coaching staff. So you gotta play.
He had to play. That's a whole new system.
And that was my point on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm great. I'm with you, DC Slim. I'm great, and the body has one 300-yard game. I'm not. So I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna use just preseason as missing easy throws. Not at a high level. Like for me, for instance, I'll give you an example. Like this is my example. Are you a basketball player? You missed months of playing basketball. If we're playing a game. I throw you a bounce pass for a layup. You missed a layup. So do I blame you not playing any basketball in preseason? I throw you a bounce pass for a layup, an NBA player. You miss it. No, sorry. LeBron James. LeBron James ain't playing for a minute. I throw a bounce pass to LeBron James for an easy layup. He misses it. Do I blame him not playing?
Nah, he gets to smoke.
Because he's LeBron James, you should make a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I blame you for preseason? Now, if you're missing the 3-point shots, I'm not going to blame you. You're rusty. But a layup, a 2-footer, 3-footer, I'm not going to blame. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's rusty, but I think a lot of it goes back to DC Slim point. Mm-hmm. I think we said it. A lot of it is not the physical ability. I think a lot of this is mental.
It's the mental.
A lot of this is mental with Jayden. And so he has to fix some of that.
Yeah, I think it's all like this is the thing. Like everybody, like anything, all of us in life, we can blame. It's easy. Like some obviously outside factors are a reason. Totally agree with it. Coaching, that's the outside factor, but some of that is inner. It's in you. Like you. Sometimes you gotta look at yourself on certain things. You can't always blame outside. Some of the stuff that you could control, you're not doing your job in. Like they may be making it hard for you, but you like the stuff that you have, like the stuff that you have in your power, you're not taking advantage of.
I agree with you, Taj, because early in the year, I'm gonna get to this point here. I'm definitely because the Washington game prior to the Chicago Bears winning that game, Caleb was having a terrible game. Caleb was having a terrible season.
Prior to the Washington game?
Prior to the Washington game, Caleb was missing players. He was missing throws.
He's missing throws. He's never accurate though. Caleb,
but his decision making wasn't good.
No, his decision, he never throws interceptions. That's nothing. Not bad.
No. I'm not talking about interceptions because when I talk about decision making, I don't talk about interceptions.
Yeah, facts.
When I talk about decision making, I'm talking about your reads and
I agree.
So his decision making wasn't great. Now has his decision making gotten a little bit better? Has throughout the season. But that comes with coaching and being in the play and playing. Jayden decision making and all that stuff hasn't gotten better. Well, George, you said it last week on the pregame. Practice reps are different from game reps.
Yeah, but this is different. The only thing I would say again to your point earlier, but we also got to understand too that you're learning a new offense though. So the reads are going to be different because you're learning a new offense from last year.
Right.
So you're going to there's going to be a learning curve when you're going from one offense to another offense in the season. I mean, Caleb misses throws just because Caleb misses throws. That's just a fact. I'm not going to even put that on getting swag. He misses throws. But in terms of reads and whatnot, that is more of him trying to that's more on you're still learning a new offense. Jayden is in the same offense. It's still the same offense from last year. So the read shouldn't be an issue. But The reads shouldn't be an issue, so I'm not really worried about the reads. But the issue, again, the issue I have is just not like bouncing throws that dudes are wide open or overthrowing somebody who's wide open more consistently than he's ever. Like we looked at even Jayden his rookie season last year. Like in terms, like he wasn't overthrowing, he wasn't missing the cupcake throws. The cupcake throws, he wasn't missing the cupcake throws.
No,
he was living off of those cupcake
like
throws.
I'm not even asking. Look, this is the thing. I think people are. I'm not even asking for him to be like that special thread the needle throw like he threw against the Chargers that Paul referred to, that bomb to Luke McCaffrey. I'm not even talking about a play like that. I'm talking about the easy throw. The easy throw. You know what I'm saying? But see, Paul, we're talking about something totally different things. I'm not talking about efficiency in making, like you're talking about like how they're playing better in terms of yardage. We watch Washington games. We all don't watch all of Chicago games or all of Patriot games. So the fairness what I'm breaking down, because I'm agreeing with DC Slim, is like the easy throws he's missing. That's it. It's nothing about the overall stats or anything. It's about the easy throws he's missing. He missed this. He's missing a lot of easy throws. It's not about reading the defense. It's not about delaying, holding the ball. I'm talking about the throws when he pulls the trigger. He is missing layups. Basically, in essence, he is missing layups. You know, suppose says that he's starting to look like himself in the Chargers and Bears, but got hurt again.
True.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
The Chargers were the Bears. What? The Bears were after the Chargers.
Yeah, the Bears was after the Chargers.
They did. He did, and he got hurt again. That's fair. That's fair. He does hold the ball though. But I would say holding the ball could be missing games though. I would say holding the ball could be missing games. That I will say. Mm-hmm. That to me is more than anything. That's holding to be missing games. Missing easy throws are. What was the Dallas game? The Bears game. He get hurt after the Bears game. He played Dallas after the Bears. Am I correct? He wasn't hurt in the Bears game. Yeah, he
started the Dallas game and got hurt there. Yeah,
but he was playing bad before he got hurt.
Oh, he was playing terrible before he got hurt.
So use that too.
A lot of that was defense though. Their defense was killing him.
He missed dudes open, bro. He was playing bad that Cowboys game. He was actually really bad at our Cowboys game.
Look good in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cowboys game.
But can we be honest though? He's always played bad Cowboys game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. But I would say this though, that's true. But that's a different coordinator though. That's a different coordinator he saw last year.
Yeah, but same tape.
No. Everybody got the same tape. So if you want, I'll give you this argument though. I think it's a better argument for that than for you, Glenn. That's because Chicago's coach was the coordinator for Dallas this year. For this year, he did struggle against the Bears defense last year. That's the better. I wouldn't say the Cowboys. He struggled against the Bears coordinator last year. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say because the Cowboys defense, because the Cowboys have a whole different team anyway compared to that team anyway. They don't have Micah. they don't have, you know what I mean? Like they don't have they don't have Lawrence. Was it Lawrence? I'm sorry. What's the guy? Not Lawrence. What's the guy who plays for Seattle now? George?
No. Shoot, now I'm drawing a blank.
You know what I mean? He's starting.
No, I know who you mean. It's on the line, defensive line, right?
Yeah. They don't have him. They don't have him. Yeah, they don't have him. So I'm just saying, like the Cowboys.
When we played Dallas, they hadn't made all them trades yet. Like they didn't have Quinnen Williams yet.
Yeah. So I'm saying.
And I don't even think. I think Kenny Clark hurt and couldn't play that game?
I thought he played that game. I'm wrong. I thought he did.
Maybe he did. I don't know who I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like after like he struggled after the Cowboys. He got hurt in the Cowboys game, but he struggled in that. Did he get hurt in the Cowboys game? He got hurt.
Yeah, he definitely got hurt in the Cowboys game because Mariota came in. He threw that six.
No, we got blown. Were we getting blown out? He threw that. Oh, he got hurt. No, he got hurt. What was his injury?
He got hurt, and we were getting blown out. And
what was his injury? What was his injury?
A terrible pick six.
What was his injury?
Hamstring.
So he had hamstring injury too. Good God.
Thank you.
He has. You know what? I forgot about the hamstring injury. Damn, he has.
Listen.
Damn, he hasn't heard that much.
I wish I could have blocked that whole game out like you apparently did. I wish I could have. I wish I could have done that.
Hey, you know what? That's 3. I didn't even mention the hamstring. He got a hamstring injury too. Yeah, he had a hamstring, knee, and elbow. Yeah, he definitely got set out this year. I'm sorry, he got set out. I forgot all about the hamstring. He got set out. Yeah, he definitely got set out. I'm sorry, he got set out. I forgot about the hamstring injury.
Yeah.
It's a combination of JD and defense. So yeah, I mean, Paul. I agree with that. See, this is what I agree with because that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's a combination. It's not just one. It's a combination.
It's a combination of all.
It's a combination of everything. You can't just blame. Like it's easy to say. That's why I agree with DC Sim too. Like it's easy just to say, "Oh, it's a combination." That's definitely a combination because they put you in a bad situation. That's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get the opportunity to make a play and you don't make the play, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, hey y'all, we about to close this show out. This has been dope, man. It's a great discussion.
Yep.
Jay's gonna be fine though. First, the main thing I want to make sure everybody knows this. Jay's gonna be fine. Jay's gonna be elite. He's gonna be elite.
Here.
You know what I mean? So I ain't no worry. Like Cliff's gonna be gone. They're gonna get a great offensive coordinator that I feel like is gonna test Jayden to make Jayden great. You know what I mean? I think it's the most important thing. I think because I want to make sure that everybody knows that. You know, if he doesn't play or he does play, I think he'll be fine. And then once they get the coordinator they need, offensive coordinator they need, I believe that it's important. Number one, and this is going to be a topic of discussion during the offseason, but it's important that this man gets like the coordinator that's going to test him to make him great. He said, yeah, Taj, yeah. A lot of folks is sleeping tonight. Like Mike ain't here. You know, Mike probably the one sleepy. Mike ain't even over here.
Hey,
hire Jay Green. Hey, relax, dog.
Relax, man. Relax, man. No,
Phil.
Relax,
no, Phil.
That man should be not within 1,000 miles of Jayden Daniels.
Get ready for the Mercy Pod Monday evening. Hey, don't know. Look, Mariota going. Mariota, real talk, because Mariota playing. He probably gonna light Dallas up.
Giants.
Giants. Excuse me. He'll light the Giants up. Giants defense. The Giants defense is trash. Y'all seen that? That thing is trash. He gonna light this. He ain't going against. This defense is really bad. He ain't going against Flores, man. He going against Giants defense is one of the worst defenses in the NFL. He probably gonna light him up for real.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Mariota's best game.
Yeah, but you know what? To the point, man. We've always made them guys look. We made everybody look good.
Look, man. We're going to get the ball to see. This is going to be a C-Rod game. Terry probably going to get like two touchdowns. And, yeah. Might score. He might score 35.
Because, honestly,
he might score.
If they don't win this game, and we're talking about a 12-game losing streak, you understand something. The last time they lost that many games in a row, none of us was born. We're talking 60 years.
That's true.
Plus, if they lose out and lose 12 in a row, that's what you're talking about. Something that hadn't happened for over half a century.
I love this dude, man. I love this dude. We were worried about the Wagner's son who don't play. Hey, I just got word. Oh, on my earpiece. Bobby Wagner. Oh, snap, man. He doing squats right now, man.
Hey, you know what? All jokes aside, I looked it up while y'all was talking. DC Slim last week he was limited in practice too, and he played all 100 snaps.
I know.
Yeah.
He played all 64 snaps on the defense.
Dang, I ain't gonna lie. I'm with DC Slim though. I do want to see Bobby Wagner not play. I want McGee to play. I am.
But hold up. I mean, McGee
I want all the youngins to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want all of them. McGee, aren't you excited? Huh? What'd you say?
McGee played a lot last week.
Well, no. I want him in middle. I want him to play because I think I want him in middle. I want him to play middle. I think he needs the opportunity to play middle. Yeah, man. Hey, George, you're gonna be excited, man. We're gonna talk about in the pregame, man. Your man Ben Sinnott got an opportunity. She's gonna get the time.
I hope so. Him or that's the thing. It can be him or Yankoff. Whatever. Yeah. I want to see one of them or both of them get some targets, get some opportunity.
I
really do.
Hey, Taj, bro. You hate. I don't know why you hate on McGee because McGee's actually been good. Like he's been a bright spot when he getting the opportunity. I don't know why you hate on McGee so much. I ain't gonna lie to you. You be hating on him. I don't know why, man. You be hating on McGee. That's what's up, though. I gotta find a player. You hate on McGee. You know what, Taj? You be weird. Yeah, he learning. You be hating on McGee, but you be like hating on, but you was loving Witt until he got to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta be worried about you, man. You gotta stop being so stubborn.
35 snaps by McGee last week, and how many times do we hear his name?
I mean, how many times you hear anybody's name? You got beat 31-0, bro. Who you going here? I agree. Hey, DC Slim, I agree. He's playing the wrong position. He needs to be playing.
Yeah.
He needs to play Mike. I know you do. I know you do, Taj. I know. I'm playing with you, bro. I know, and I did love Cliff. And see how I turned on Cliff? See how I did? I could turn. I turned quicker than you, though, Taj.
I
turned quicker than you.
Wrestling reference, you turned more than the Big Show did in his run with the WWE.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
Yeah.
I can turn on you quick, man. When it comes to Commanders, I can turn on you quick. I can love and hate you in the same time. I'm that type of person when it comes to the football team. You know what I mean? Don't worry, DC Slim. Eventually, I may hate Dan Quinn too. It can happen. It can definitely happen. Burke's catch of the year.
Yes,
exactly.
Paul.
That was nasty work.
Yes, Paul.
That's where I think that Dan Quinn has failed. Like Dan Quinn and Cliff has like them two. They failed. They failed that man in that game. That's why I'm like I don't like they don't know what they're doing. To your point, like you rewarding Noah Brown over it. That's a whole different. You know what? I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, you get Noah Brown more targets than Treylon Burks.
We gotta stop, man.
Hey, Jalen Lane. We speak to note. Jalen Lane had 6 snaps.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of been in the doghouse since it's like he's been in the doghouse a little bit.
Since he phoned the
He needs to be back there catching punts and returning them.
Yeah, I don't think they trust him. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, pause. I'm stuck on. Hey, pause that, Taj. I might even pull that up. Pause that, man. Pause that comment. Pause it. That's wild. That's wild, Taj. That's wild. Wow. OMG. I know. Wow. I know. Stop. That is wild, Taj. Wild. That is a wild state. I know what you're trying to say.
DC Slim's the one that gave out that grade, by the way.
Yeah.
What do you say? DC Slim did what? What did DC
He's
Slim
the
do?
one who gave out that grade and said it wasn't an incomplete.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't Paul that did that.
But he's wild. No, Taj know what you said, like the way he said it. With the way he said it, though. The way it reads.
Shame on you for going down that road.
Wow. That is nasty work, Todd. That's nasty. Nasty work.
I cannot believe you were going.
And with that being said, we got to get
right, DC. Hey, I know, DC. That was nasty work.
Hey, we got to get up out of here with that.
I know we
see
do.
that.
Hey,
I see that.
On that note, we got to leave. Hey, but don't forget, y'all, we got a pregame show at 12 o'clock on Sunday. Yeah. Right before the Giants Commanders game. So make sure y'all pull up for that show, man. Appreciate y'all as always, man. You guys are dope. And definitely like and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Hit that like button right now on the YouTube channel for our audio podcast. We are all podcast platforms. Make sure y'all subscribe. Also get some feedback, some stars, wherever is needed, you know what I mean, on any of those platforms. It's always good. We always appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody from pulling up. Anyway, y'all been listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene at Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia for ages. Yedig deuces. We are out. Peace.